Troops of Operation Hadarin Daji kill wanted bandit leader in Zamfara. Victims of flood seek government international community support in Borno State. Residents lament as price of bread increases by over 100%. On the foreign scene, Mpox vaccine access set to speed up as World Health Organization approves first jab. Good evening and welcome to the News Hour tonight on Trust Television. I am Aisha Salihu. We begin with security matters, where troops of Operation Hadarin Daji have killed notorious bandit leader Halilu Subulu in an ambush in Kwarin Keria, Maru local government area of Zamfara state. Subulu, originally from Niger Republic, had long been operating from Zamfara's forests, often fleeing to Niger after carrying out attacks in Nigeria. A notorious gun runner and illegal gold miner, Subulu controlled mining sites around Agege and Sumke Forest in Anka local government area. Declared wanted by the defense headquarters in May, he was neutralized alongside 50 of his fighters in a coordinated operation by combined troops of Sector 1, Northwest Operation Hadarin Daji. Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, commended the troops and warned other notorious bandit leaders, including Bello Turji, that their days are numbered. He also announced the launch of Operation Fansar Yamma Northwest, aimed at eliminating insecurity in Zamfara and the Northwest region. And now joining us live at this time, we have Trust TV's reporter from Zamfara, Yushau Adamu, to give us an update. Yushau Adamu, thank you for joining us on the News Hour tonight.
Thank you. Good evening, Aisha.
Now, this particular bandit leader has been killed. What does this mean for security fight in Zamfara?
Well, we can say it's a breakthrough because Halilu Subulu is one of the notorious bandits that are terrorizing several communities across Zamfara, Sokoto, and part of Katsina State. So killing these notorious bandits is something that is described as a breakthrough by many residents. In fact, some of the residents that are being affected by his men are jubilating as of this evening, because I spoke with some residents in Mayenchi who confirmed to me that people are expressing their happiness because the terrorist has been terrorizing several communities, especially around Maradun local government, Paru, Kauran Namoda, Dubua, Gidan Gogi, and Dubakura. So these are part of the areas he has been terrorizing, because the mode of operandi he's using is that he will come into Nigeria through Niger, terrorize people, and sometimes go back to Niger and stay there for some time before he come back to Nigeria. So people are expressing their happiness, are commending the federal government, the Nigerian troops, and the Minister of Defense. Because they said this time around there is a level of commitment on the part of federal government. I have spoken with some people that we used to gather some information, like Moriki and Zurmi. They all confirmed to me that there is deployment of more troops to the area. Not only the troops, but with their equipments that can allow them to go deeper into the forest. So this is a level of commitment on the part of federal government.
Yushau Adamu, I was actually going to ask you how the residents received this news, but you have stated that clearly. Now, you just stated also that there is going to be deployment of more troops. I want to hear from you. What do you think this means for the rest of the other bandit leaders who are yet to be captured?
Yeah, it's a signal that they should either surrender or be killed by the Nigerian troops, because the government has now shown to them that government is committed to the fight against banditry. So they either surrender themselves or be killed by the Nigerian troops.
Thank you so much for bringing us up to speed there. There we had Yushau Adamu, our reporter in Zamfara. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Still on security matters, troops of the Nigerian army deployed for counter-terrorism operations in Kaduna State have rescued no fewer than 13 kidnapped students. The rescued students comprise 6 males and 7 females. A statement on X by the Nigerian army on Friday said the students were rescued after a fierce gun duel with terrorists at Chigbolu village, Kachia local government area of Kaduna State. The army also said dangerous weapons were also received from the terrorists during the operation. According to the statement, troops also eliminated some insurgents while some others were captured alive. The troops recovered one AK-47 rifle, 87 rounds of 7.63mm ammunition, 4 magazines, a locally fabricated rifle, and a sum of 192,220 naira. Additionally, 5 solar panels, 5 mobile phones, dried rations, and clothing items were recovered. The rescued victims have been promptly evacuated to 1 Division Medical Services and Hospital for medical attention. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has reassured his commitment to ensure the protection of schools across the country from threats of abductions and attacks. He stated this at a one-day workshop with the theme providing a secure and safe learning environment for the advancement of national development held in Mai Malari Cantonment in Maiduguri. The Chief of Defense Staff stressed that over the years, schools in Northwest and Northeast region have suffered destruction from non-state actors. Hence, the need to initiate a school protection program for the safety of vulnerable children in schools across the country. He called on stakeholders and security agencies to synergize and support the initiative to succeed and urge Nigerians to join the campaign against terrorism, banditry, and kidnappings by providing intelligence to security agents.
Working with all the security agencies in collaboration with civil society and the traditional rulers, we will succeed. On this note, please remain alert as we go through the roles of stakeholders in Borno State and environment in safeguarding our schools.
Providing a secure and safe learning environment for the advancement of national development is the third in a series that will be conducted across Nigeria to further educate stakeholders, including school authorities, national security and civil defense corps, the Nigerian police, and the armed forces of Nigeria, as well as vigilantes and private citizens, among others.
Army said it has taken a significant step towards the use of technology in combating the rising security challenges bedeviling the country. Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, stated this at a seminar organized by the Army Headquarters Department of Army Transformation and Innovation, held at the 3rd Division of the Nigerian Army, Rukuba Barracks, Jos. Ado Musa completes the report.
Titled Digital Transformation and Smart Concept Soldier draws junior and middle-level cadet officers, represented by Abdisalam Abubakar, a Major General and General Officer commanding 3 Division, as well as Commander Operation Safe Haven. Lagbaja highlighted the critical role of the digital transformation in enhancing the capacity of the soldiers in ensuring security of the country.
The seminar, which is focused on enhancing operational effectiveness through the use of technology, could not have come at a better time than when the battlefield is rapidly evolving and driven by technological changes. This seminar is therefore in line with the current drive of the Nigerian Army to leverage advanced technologies to modernize military operations, improve our decision-making process, and ensure adaptability towards tackling evolving multidimensional security challenges.
Guest speaker at the event, Major General Adeleke Ayanuba, said the need to embrace technology and innovation is key to tackling insecurity, hence the need to educate officers on smart soldier concept.
Of that command philosophy is what? Transformation. And how does he want to achieve this transformation? A major enabler for achieving this is the use of technology. And that was why he tasked the Department of Army Transformation and Innovation to set up a committee to come up with a strategy for achieving digital transformation of the army and smart soldier.
Also speaking, representative of the Chief of Transformation and Innovation of the Nigerian Army, Major General Adewale Adetoba, said the smart soldier concept aims to equip soldiers to operate effectively in today's digital environment.
It's to awaken the mindsets of Nigerian Army personnel on the relevance and the purpose of leveraging technology for effective operations. If you look at it today, you saw the threat landscape. Things are changing here and there. Even the adversary is also leveraging technology. So that simply means that the Army also need to continue to sustain the knowledge of technology to make its operational efficient.
Various speakers have emphasized the significance of the seminar to the officers of the Nigerian Army on the use of technology and innovations to tackling insecurity in the country. Adom Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
Still on security matters, but now to the south-south region of the country. The Delta State Police Command has intensified efforts to apprehend the interim chairman of Adagbarasa Ugolo community, Okwe local government area of the state, over the alleged murder of one Sam. The chairman, whose identity is yet to be fully disclosed, is reportedly on the run after the incident, which has sent shockwaves through the community. The Delta State Commissioner of Police, through the Police Public Relations Officer, SP Edafe Bright, confirmed the development on Friday. According to reports, the unfortunate incident occurred during a disagreement between the chairman and the victim. The situation escalated, leading to Sam's tragic death, which has sparked outrage among residents who are calling for justice.
Regarding the murder of one Sam Onobra Ikpenye, a representative of the Sand Beach in Adagbasa Ogolo community in Okwe local government area on the 6th of September 2024, the command have been getting tags from concerned members of the public regarding the murder of this victim. And we are here to let you know that we are aware of the incident and we are investigating. The Commissioner of Police Delta State has mandated the DPO to unravel the mystery behind the death of this young man. However, our interim investigation revealed that the interim chairman went to the Sand Beach where he met the deceased, Sam Onobra Ikpenye, where they were having arguments regarding rights as the chairman, which includes one trailer load of sand. And the chairman himself said, no, it's not one, it is two. However, it resulted to a bloody fight.
In the aftermath of severe flooding that devastated communities in Maiduguri, Borno state capital, the Nigerian military has stepped in to provide critical humanitarian assistance to affected residents. Displaced families, many of whom lost their homes and possessions in the floodwaters, are finding some solace through the government and the military's rapid response efforts. Soldiers are seen distributing some essential supplies to flood victims as the very individuals trying to navigate the waters to the safer grounds. Authorities noted that beyond the immediate relief, the military is also working closely with local leaders and aid organizations to coordinate rescue operations, transport stranded families to safer locations, and offer medical attention to those suffering from possible waterborne diseases and other health concerns exacerbated by the floods. Meanwhile, Maiduguri residents have called on the government and the international communities for intervention over the flood that have killed more than 30 people and displaced thousands. Trasiva's Beatrice Kurusi reports.
The flood has receded in some parts of the Maiduguri metropolis, paving way for some residents, especially those who live along the Maiduguri bridge that connects the capital with the NUJ Center, University and Teaching Hospital, to return home. Meanwhile, at the Bakassi camp and others, there is high influx of flood victims from affected communities seeking shelter at the camp. They plead for interventions and support. The flood destroyed our house and we lost everything. Since we came to the camp without my husband, it has not been easy for me. We are struggling to feed with the little given to us. However, emergency responders and security agents have embarked on rescue operations at Abaganaram community, where people are still trapped in the water. I've been searching for my son for the past 3 days in the water. No one has seen him. The water is everywhere. We got lucky because it was the soldiers that saved us. I pray they find my son. The situation there is so worst that there is no food and clean water. We slept on trees and roofs. Many people lost their lives and more people are still trapped in the water. We beg the government to do something and most especially support us with food and other essentials. The search for flood survivors has taken 3 days and more are still coming out from the flood. Beatrice Kurusi, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
Also, the governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum, has appealed to stakeholders, national and international communities for intervention and support for victims displaced by the heavy flood in Maiduguri. He made the plea at a statewide broadcast in Maiduguri on Friday. Governor Zulum expressed sympathy and empathy for those who lost their lives and houses in the flood. He assured that relief efforts will be streamlined and effective, adding that he is committed to recovery process to rebuild lost infrastructure and homes. The governor further added that a multi-stakeholder committee will be constituted to undertake assessments of the destruction and guide the government on the recovery exercise.
Fellow citizens of Borno State, in the past few days we have witnessed devastating floods in a way that many of us have never experienced before. Streets, homes, offices and businesses have been submerged and unquantifiable properties have been lost. Countless lives have now been turned upside down. The impact of this disaster has been profound and it's a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities that we face in our own environment. As your governor, I want to express my deepest empathy to everyone who has been affected in one way or another. I understand the pain, loss and uncertainty that many of us are going through. We stand together in solidarity and I assure you that our government is committed to doing everything possible to aid those in need. The magnitude of the destruction from this devastating flood cannot yet be quantified until the water have receded and on-the-spot assessment have been conducted. We shall constitute a multi-stakeholder committee to undertake a sector-by-sector assessment of the losses to guide the recovery and building process. However, recovery from such a disaster cannot be the government's responsibility alone. It requires the collective effort of all stakeholders. Today I am appealing to everyone, community leaders, business owners, non-governmental organizations, national and international and I esteem worthy individuals to come together in support of our brothers and sisters who are suffering.
A total of 46,853 farmers from 5,863 households have been displaced by banditry, terrorism, flooding, and communal clashes across Niger State. A data obtained from the Niger State Emergency Management Agency showed that some of the farmers had been displaced by banditry since 2018. The breakdown of the figure showed that the affected farmers comprised of 5,863 men, 23,450 women, and 17,540 children. The agency said there were 5,823 internally displaced persons at the Gwada IDP camp, comprising 970 men, 2,051 women, and 2,802 children. At the Kuta IDP camp, Nsema revealed that there were 3,180 displaced farmers made up of 530 men, 1,040 women, and 1,610 children, saying that both camps were established in October 2018. To sad development, 17 passengers were trapped on Thursday after the gas tanker and the minibus plunged into the river near the old toll gate close to Sabo Lagere on the road to Ife Grand Resort. Head of Publicity and Public Enlightenment for the Osun State Fire Service, Adekunle Rahim, confirmed on Friday that 5 individuals lost their lives in the incident. He explained that the tanker and the bus veered off the road into a ditch along Ibadan Express Road in Agege, Bandele, Ile-Ife. He said efforts by men of the State Fire Service in conjunction with FRSC, Ile-Ife Zonal Command, and some residents brought out the bodies of 5 passengers from the wreckage. According to him, they were subsequently conveyed to the OAU Teaching Hospital morgue. And to matters of politics, the Kano State Independent Electoral Commission has reduced charges for chairmanship and councillorship positions in the upcoming local government area elections in the state. The charges have been described as exorbitant by opposition parties in the state, with some of them dragging the commission to court. The chairman of the state's electoral umpire, Sani Malumfashi, announced that the fees for chairmanship and councillorship positions are now 9 million naira and 4 million naira respectively. The commission had earlier pegged the nomination fees for 10 million naira for chairmanship and 5 million naira for councillorship position.
The electoral law of the state also gave us the right to charge fees and at our own discretion. Section 51, subsection A and B, give us unrestricted right to charge fees. So we are backed by law to do so. But because we are restrained by court not to charge, even when Kaduna charged 10 million naira without any restraining order, even when Jigawa is going to charge 5 million naira without restraining order, even when Katsina charged 3 million naira without restraining order, even when Ibonyi and Bayelsa charge more than 10 million naira without restraining order, here in Kano, order was granted, restraining us. We are going to comply. We are law-abiding institutions. Our activities are constitutional and legalistic.
It's the news hour tonight on Trust TV. Still to come. Lagos bakers decry rising prices of baking ingredients. We'll bring you details of this story and more after the break. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Let's have another look at some of our top stories. We told you that troops of Operation Hadarin Daji kill wanted bandit leader in Zamfara. You also heard victims of flood seek government international community support in Borno State. Rising transport fares across Nigeria are hitting businesses hard and disrupting travel plans for residents, especially in Adamawa State. This surge is driven by the recent hike in petroleum prices by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited and the Independent Marketers Association of Nigeria. Gibson Swadigo has the report from Yola.
Day and night, endless queues fill Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited stations, where petroleum is relatively cheaper at 920 naira per litre. Meanwhile, independent marketers sell at 1,200 naira or more, and black marketers prices soar to 2,000 naira per litre. These skyrocketing costs are crippling businesses and taking a toll on the nation's economy.
The transportation have actually affected business. You know, with the recent increase in prices of petrol, it has brought everything at standstill. People cannot come from the village to come and buy goods. People cannot move from one end to another. No, the cost of transportation of the goods itself entirely. Things have standstill. You can look at the market. Market is empty.
Road users in Yola metropolis and those traveling interstate are expressing frustration as rising transport fares leave hundreds of will-be travelers stranded. Many are unable to continue their journeys due to the sudden fare hikes. When traveling, we buy fuel at 1,200, while in some places we get it at 1,300.
Imagine paying from here to Lagos 35. We squeeze ourselves, see our load. Loading people, instead of maybe 3 in one seat, they load 4 or 5 in one seat. Instead of having that costard bus, that usual growth. Now, due to this transport, the fuel prices, that motor cannot come here.
Before now, we load 4-5 buses every day. But from the day of the increment in fuel, and everything went up. So the passenger flow reduced. So we load 1, 2, 3 buses every day.
Road users are urging the federal government to reinstate fuel subsidies to alleviate the economic hardships currently facing Nigerians. Gibson Soadugo, Trust TV News, Yola.
We move over now to the southwest region of the country. Nigerians in Lagos are groaning over the increase in the cost of baking ingredients, leading to a significant rise in bakery products. For instance, flour, a primary ingredient in baking, has risen to 4,500 naira per pint, while sugar has increased to 8,000 naira per pint. Victoria Tokolo, who spoke to traders and bakers in Lagos, sent in this report as presented from our studio.
The recent increase in fuel price has given bakers in Lagos cause for concern over the resultant increase in the cost of baking ingredients. This surge in prices has in turn led to a significant rise in the cost of their final product, such as bread, cakes, and other pastries made from flour. Sellers of baking ingredients at Masalasi Alaji Market in Lagos said the escalating prices of essential items such as flour, sugar, and other baking necessities is no making of theirs.
Some things of the baking like butter, like all this butter, we used to sell butter like Simas. Simas, we got it 45,000 per carton. Where we got Dafa 46,000 per carton. So each one butter, each one sachet of butter now, we sell it 850 for carton price of Simas. Where the same price with the Nafa 850.
The paint now we are selling. Before we used to sell it 8,005, but now because of the increasing of more all these things that we have, fuel problem and all these things, now we used to sell a pen 16,500. The smallest cup we used to sell it some 3,500, some 4,500. The sugar also now it's almost, we used to buy it before 32,000, but now it's almost 83,000 naira.
The rise in the cost of baking ingredients has compelled bakers to raise the prices of their product. In some cases, this has also led to a reduction in product quality, further exacerbating concerns among Nigerians who are lamenting the declining standard of living as basic necessities rapidly become luxuries.
They buy 500 milk, 500 now. The biggest cup is almost like 2,000 naira now. Before it's 500 naira.
The prices we give to people have also skyrocketed because of the prices we are buying from the market now. Every day I come, a new price is on the products that I want to buy. So when I go back, I also increase my price for whatever I'm baking for people.
Nigerians are urging policymakers in the country to reduce the cost of fuel, which in turn will bring down the price of baking ingredients, particularly flour and sugar, which are essential for baking.
Still in Lagos State, the significant rise in food commodity prices in the country has also impacted one of Lagos's most common and beloved staple food, Agege bread. Consumers across the state are expressing their frustrations over the increase in the cost of this popular bread that low-income earners now struggle to afford. The report.
Agege bread, one of the most popular breads in Lagos State, was first made in the early 60s by late Tajuddin Adeosi Jinado on Adebowale Street off Akilo Road, Ogba, Agege. One major uniqueness of Agege bread is its softness and fluffiness. The bread's texture remains consistently soft and fluffy, offering a balanced taste that is just right, making it a versatile staple for many in Nigeria, especially Lagosians. Kehinde Adeosi, one of the children of the pioneer of Agege bread, who is also a professional baker, advised Nigerians, both at home and abroad, not to compromise the quality of Agege bread because of the country's economic challenges.
The uniqueness of Agege bread is not something that is overrated. It's something that goes anywhere. And one of my advice to people overseas abroad, because I have a couple of friends over there, I have a couple of people that have trained, even right here in the country, in Nigeria here, that I know that, they are even doing so well, as far as, outside of the country, overseas. What I could say is, they should keep doing what they are doing. And, Agege bread still go any day, anytime, anywhere. And they should keep doing it.
Maybe like 3 years or 5 years ago, we are selling that bread is 400 naira. If you want to cut it into two, you cut it to 200 naira. But now it's 800 naira. You cut into two for 400 naira. That biggest one we always sell 400 naira before is 1,200 naira now.
Lagos residents who regularly consume Agege bread add their views on why they prefer it over varieties of breads.
Before, when you don't carry 500 naira, you reach where they sell food. If you buy Agege bread like 200, you buy beans 100 or 150, you go still drink pure water, whole change for pocket. But now you no be like that again. Now you go buy Agege 500, sef, you no go belle full.
Start from 400, 500. So now, start from 1,000 naira, 800 naira. So that's how they sell Agege bread now. It's expensive now.
Trust me, because the taste of the way they normally make it is different, and the taste is different from it. Because like now, if you check this Agege bread, if you check it with another bread, let me for example now, this Agege bread, maybe if you eat it, you see the difference from it from Queen's bread and some other bread, and the quantity, and it's very light. Some is very light and very thick. Some normally thick and very light.
Agege bread, you can use it to eat many food like beans, akara. You use many things to eat it. You can use butter, you can use bama, you can use pear. because it's very soft.
To encourage more citizens to enter the bread-making business, there is need for the government to bring down the price of ingredients, so to enable more Nigerians embrace bread baking and help develop the country.
The story of Dahoro Abdul Hamid, a blind volunteer teacher who dedicated himself to educating sighted students, captured the hearts of many when his video captured by Trust TV went viral recently. Since that initial wave of recognition, Dahoro has not slowed down. He has successfully completed his first degree and is now setting his sights on further academic achievements. Today, Dahoro returns to Trust TV, sharing the story of how he has continued to defy expectations and inspire others. Take a listen.
Yes, you. Dahuru's commitment to education extends far beyond the classroom. His passion for learning and teaching has inspired countless others who visit him at home for tutoring. In an interview at Trust TV studio, Dahuru reflects on his journey, sharing stories of support he's received, the obstacles he's faced, and his unwavering resolve to keep moving forward.
As a result of this voluntary teaching, I met with Daily Trust, and they really helped me a lot. And I get a job as a secondary school teacher, which is permanent and pensionable.
Dahuru explains how he challenges the limits of what society expects from those with disabilities, proving that determination and hard work can transcend physical limitations.
I have 3.44 as my final CGPA, and having I as a blind person, even I have 1.00 CGPA is a greatest achievement to me, because when you consider with the struggle and the challenges that our education is going, you will wonder. In our family, I am the only blind person, but what surprised you is I am the only person who attended tertiary institution, which is very wonderful and great achievement to me. So I just want to bring about new things, new development into my family, so that they will be saying, yes, what the money that they spent to me is now yielding a positive result.
The volunteer teacher says he has now set his sights on pursuing further academic qualifications, determined to reach even greater heights in the field of education.
Even now, I got admission at the National Open University of Nigeria for MSc Peace Studies and Conflict Resolution, but I don't have sponsorship. I would like to be a lecturer, because by being given or appointed as a lecturer, I will have more people to interact with, and many people will be saying, so person taught me a particular course, and he is a visually impaired, he is a blind person. So this will reduce this segregate or this ideology that a blind person is useless. So I don't have words to say thank you to Daily Trust, and thank you the proprietors of Daily Trust. I really thank you. May Allah improve your capacity, may Allah improve you, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide you on the right path. I wish you best of luck, and if you like, you can call me Dahuru Daily Trust.
Dahuru's inspiring words are a reminder that true strength lies not in the absence of adversity, but in the courage to confront it head-on. Abdulaziz Ibrahim, Trust TV News.
Well done, Dahuru. We wish you well. The high prevalence of open defecation in Nigeria remains a serious concern as it exacerbates the progression of the neglected tropical diseases in the country. According to Water, Sanitation and Hygiene National Outcome Routine Mapping Report 2021, 48 million people are practicing open defecation in Nigeria, representing 24% of the population. Experts are therefore calling for an end to open defecation to eliminate neglected tropical diseases in the country. Hamidu Yegbade reports.
Open defecation is a human practice of defecating outside rather than into a toilet. People may choose fields, bushes, forests, ditches, streets, canals, or other open spaces for defecation. They do so either because they do not have access to toilets, readily accessible, or due to traditional cultural practices. Out of 774 local government areas in Nigeria, only 126 are open defecation free, and this remains a serious concern, especially as open defecation is a major driver of neglected tropical diseases. Ebonyi State has the highest prevalence of open defecation in Nigeria with 73%, followed by Plateau, Kogi, Oyo, Kwara, and Kebbi states. Only Jigawa State is open defecation free in Nigeria, while Katsina is coming close with 77% of its local government areas open defecation free.
Open defecation is rampant in Oyo State. We are doing everything humanly possible to curtail it and reduce it to the minimum. One of the challenges is the lack of education. We need to enlighten and educate the Oyo rural dwellers.
In Nigeria, when we go by the WashNum report, we have 48 million Nigerians defecating in the open. That is about 23% of the population, meaning that one out of every 4 persons. So if we have 4 of you here, 1 is defecating in the open. That is the implication.
With open defecation, there is bound to be an increase in so many diseases, not only neglected tropical diseases, also cholera too will be increased. But when there is open defecation-free environment, most of these diseases with a higher percentage will drop.
To end open defecation in Nigeria, community leaders, traditional leaders, religious leaders, and all stakeholders are expected to work together to create public awareness against the practice.
We used to call our people, we train them, we advise them not to defecate outside. Secondly, I used to give them loan. Me and my chiefs, we organize loan for them so that they can use it to provide toilets for their houses.
We can all come together and really make a difference in terms of making a commitment to stop open defecation, but then providing the solutions about how we can build public toilets, build toilets for people in their homes.
With consistent sensitization and enlightenment on the dangers of open defecation practice, experts say more local government areas and states could attain the open defecation-free status towards the elimination of neglected tropical diseases in the country. Amid Oyegbade, reporting for Trust TV.
It's time now to join Chiamaka and Nendu for the business news.
This is the business news segment. My name is Chiamaka and Nendu. Let's begin with news coming from the Debt Management Office, where the DMO has confirmed the oversubscription of Nigeria's first domestic dollar bond, introduced by the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, which was oversubscribed and raising $900 million, nearly double the initial target of $500 million. The 5-year bond had a coupon rate of 9.75%, slightly higher than the 9.67% yield on comparable Nigerian Euro bonds at market open. The issuance was oversubscribed by 180%, reflecting strong investors' confidence. The DMO lauded the success of the dollar bond issuance, emphasizing that the initiative reveals Nigeria's economic resilience while broadening the scope of the African capital market. And in two other news now, where Grieve Nigeria PLC, a manufacturer and marketer of steel drums, is set to enter the third and final phase of its delisting from the Nigerian exchange after resolving outstanding tax liabilities and other debt. The company, which was listed on the NGX in 2011, has experienced a prolonged decline in its stock performance, dropping by 57% from 13 naira to listing to 5 naira 45 kobo due to increased competition and a stagnant market for steel drums. The impending delisting was disclosed by its liquidator, Elim Wilson, in an announcement on the NGX dated the 13th of September 2024. Away from that, let's look at how the market closed the week today, where we did see the bulls dominate the market, with the all-share index up by 0.44% at 97,025.17. We did see the market capitalization gain further to 56 trillion naira, with a volume of trade at 412.902 billion and the value of trade at 6.467 billion naira, while 8,803 deals also did exchange hands on the floor of the exchange at the close of the week. Let's move now to the major gainers, where flour meal topped the gainers chart and up by 9.99%. Caverton also emerged as one of the major gainers, up by 9.96%. And ETI, that is Echo Transnational International, also ended up by 9.95%. And now to the bottom losers, where on the chart we do have Dark Communications down by 9.72%, followed by D Capital down by 8.82%. Meanwhile, PZ was down as well by 8.48%. And now to the top traded market movers chart, where we do have J. Paul Gold and Ventures emerging as the top trade at 106 million shares, followed by FBN Holdings at 43.2 million shares. Meanwhile, Zenith Bank also closed at 28.6 million shares. Away from that, now let's take a look at how global markets are performing, in Friday's trading sessions. In the commodities market, oil prices are on track for a weekly gain, and this is happening after a 3-week losing streak, primarily due to the Hurricane Francine's disruption of U.S. Gulf Coast production. Market analysts are closely watching OPEC Plus strategy in response to the evolving demand landscape and the potential U.S. Federal Reserve interest rate cuts. Well, that's it for business. My name is Chiamaka Nendu.
And to developments on the foreign scene, the World Health Organization has for the first time pre-qualified an Mpox vaccine. The announcement came on the heels of the arrival of the first MVABN vaccines to the Democratic Republic of Congo, the epicenter of the epidemic. The RC has recorded nearly 22,000 cases and 716 deaths linked to the virus since January. And in sports, the grand finale of the 2024 Dambe Warriors Super Fight 3 will come up in Abuja. Organizers had their press conference to sensitize the public about the league fight. Trust TV's sports correspondent Adeni Ajishafe has more.
The Federal Capital Territory witnessed a blockbuster Dambe fight in the third year of the Circuit League fight. Dambe Warriors is a league of traditional fighters competing in different categories of weight across selected cities. Dambe Warriors co-founder Chidi Ayena and Antonio Keleke were on ground to let the world know why Dambe Warriors platform is gaining momentum with their fight exhibitions. Fighters expressed happiness for having Dambe Warriors promoting them, while also appreciating the welfare package and hospitality they receive. The introduction of the fighters in different categories with the rendition of traditional beat changed the rhythm of the event, as fighters also show off their dancing skills and readiness for the fight. Yamage and Aljani Nasarawa will battle in the lightweight category, as middleweight have Dogo Messi and Shaban, Dogon Shegia Mota versus Russian Denis Sharif, while heavyweight fighters Garkenya Sanda tackles Alkani Bello, Dantula Yellow versus Polish Dambe fighter Matthews will lock home. Co-founder spoke in tones about the league and expectations.
When we started last year, the first final was in Kano, the stadium, Kano Stadium, right? The second season, we had our finals in Lagos, in VI, in Murio Bonapa, the heart of VI, right? This time we're in Abuja. So we have that evolution.
We have fighters from local Dambe arenas, the top best from the continent so far, as well as international participants who are vying for a position in the Dambe circuit. They've heard so much about Dambe and they want to, come into this circuit and conquer. This is the third time in a row as part of the Dambe Warriors, upliftment of the sport.
Polish Dambe fighter Matthew said he's in Nigeria to win as he believes he has what it takes to be winner in his fight category.
I am honored to be able to fight in such competition because we've been to villages, like the original Dambe villages. That was the best experience of my life, the deepest I had ever in my heart. So, God brought me here.
Minister of Art, Culture and Creative Economy Hannatu Musa Musawa, represented by the Special Assistant, said the Ministry of Culture is proud of Dambe warriors, hence needs to partner with them in promoting Nigerian cultural heritage while also using it to fight vices and foster peace.
We decided that this was a great opportunity for us to partner, also due to the fact that it aligns a lot with some of the stuff that we're doing around reducing the vices in the rural areas through practicing some of the more cultural, the heritage-oriented sports, dances, filmmaking, and so on and so forth.
The third season Dambe Warrior Super League circuit will be live on Trust TV from 4 to 6 p.m. as the fight holds at the Velodrome of MK Abiola Stadium on 15 September 2024. That's Sport News. I'm Adeni Ajishafe.
For more sports, let's now join Emmanuel Fashemi.
The rise in recreational sports clubs has become a common phenomenon, as many of them can be found around the city center and in other cities across the country. These clubs are dedicated to fostering a sense of belonging, encouraging cultural exchange, and contributing to personal and community development. Within these clubs, the significance of sports and recreation becomes evident as they emerge as transformative elements, binding communities, cultivating unity, and inspiring holistic wellness. Trust TV visited some of these sports clubs in Abuja and spoke with some of the operators and patrons.
When it comes to sport, people want to bond cholesterol, come out to have fun, meet people, engage one another. So sport as a whole is a room for meeting people, interaction, exercising, and having fun. So when it comes to these categories, it has been good. When it comes, I will rate it 80%.
Well, this is my first time here and I find it super fun. It's so nice. Like the coach is so nice, so lovely. Her instructions are very clear. She is not, pressuring you, telling you to relax and guiding you through the whole process. And it's so nice. I love it. When I came here, I met different people and then we connected and had fun together, even though I did not know them from anywhere. So it was very nice and that's why I love the game.
People's spending power has reduced. A lot of people will just look at, okay, I'm struggling to buy fuel is 1,200 and that can buy, some of them pay 1,000 naira to play ball and they'll say, why come to play ball when I can buy fuel? Another thing is our session, and for now I can tell you food is more important.
Their patrons work regular jobs. With the economic crisis rocking the country, many believe that such recreational facilities will help relieve tension and contribute to well-being of members and patrons. And that is sports. I am Emmanuel Fashimi.
And that's about it on the News Hour tonight on Trust TV. Do not forget, you can always follow us across all of our social media platforms and also join our YouTube live stream for programs and documents. I am Aisha Salihu. Thank you so much for watching.